Uh, I like this pick here on policy. He put Stephen Miller for the top policy position, which is freaking a phenomenal pick. That is God tier right there, baby. S tier, as we say in the gaming world. Miller, who was a top policy advisor and speechwriter for Trump during his first term, recently worked as senior advisor to Trump campaign and the president of America First Legal. This is a really strong pick, you guys. This is a very, very strong pick and a great one that we needed. So moving policy forward, this guy's going to be great. He won a lawsuit against an illegal immigrant parolee program rolled out by the Department of Homeland Security. This guy's going to bring order back, baby, through policy. Absolutely love it. Very harsh, very outspoken about things, has a backbone, and I love that. The other great pick here was Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi is now the director of national intelligence, baby. And this is one of the many picks that are triggering the left. I would say almost every pick Donald Trump has done is triggering them. So she says, we are pleased, Trump said this, I am pleased to announce that former Congresswoman Lieutenant Colonel Tulsi Gabbard will serve as Director of National Intelligence. For over 2 decades, Tulsi has fought for our country and the freedoms of all Americans. And they got their panties in a bunch over this. She was a Democrat forever. Now a Republican, of course. But this is a great pick for her. And I think probably one of the reasons why she came on board was this was potentially offered to her early on. And I'm glad that we got it. I really am. Now, the other one that we got was the Secretary of Defense, right? And that was Pete, and hopefully I'm saying his name correctly. I'd feel bad if I'm butchering it. Pete Hegseth, Fox News anchor or talent. Well, he is now the Department Secretary of Defense. Well, The View and everybody else is just losing their minds over this. The View doesn't know what to do over Pete getting this position. A guy that served this country, he's an Army veteran, cares about the troops like none other, has "We the People" tattooed on his forearm. The guy's a beast, man. And of course, Whoopi Goldberg has to go play.
Also picked, you ready? Co-host of Fox and Friends Weekend. Not even like regular. Weekend. Pete Hegseth?
Yeah.
Okay, Pete Hegseth. And he's picked him to be U.S. Secretary of Defense. Now, MAGA supporters and detractors are trying to figure out what? Because of this pick.
No, none of us are actually doing that, by the way. Like, you'll find people few and far between, but I don't think everybody knows who the guy was and is. So let me get this straight. Let's just pretend you had a Navy SEAL. Let's just pretend. I'm not saying Pete's a Navy SEAL. You had a guy that sat there and served this country, has been in war-torn areas, fought, had a combat experience, all these things, and he retires. And he goes on to another career. And then somebody later on goes, hey, you know what? I really acknowledge all the things you've done. You have a lot of wisdom. You have a lot of charisma. You have a lot of the things that we need to put in this position, in this case, Secretary of Defense. Would you mind leaving that career switch that you just did and come back and actually serve this country once again? And all of a sudden, that's a problem? All of a sudden, that's weird? They do that for a lot of positions. A lot of positions. Hey, would you mind coming back and taking care of this? We know that you used to do this job, or we know that you did that. Hey, let's go ahead and fill this position.